Hello, I'm Donna Corcoran. Welcome to the Web Design Workshop in-course correction presentation. This application presumes there are two struggling students in the Web Design Workshop and presents in-course correction options to address their needs while bolstering the overall value of the instruction for all learners. The presentation will define the target audience and the unique adult workshop seminar approach to the instruction. Although this workshop does not result in a letter grade, learner confidence and satisfaction are key measurements of success, which must be formatively assessed throughout the instruction, as indicated in the ARCS model. In this way, learners will be provided the appropriate means to successfully attain their goals. The target audience is a group of small business owners attending a 4-week program to learn how to build their own website. This is not for a grade, as it is a community education program offered by the local high school district. Successful completion will be measured by each individual based upon their level of satisfaction as delineated in the ARCS model. There are a total of 16 individuals enrolled in the workshop, with room for 4 more. Community education technology programs are by nature limited to no more than 20 participants due to the wide differences in prior knowledge. Although the course is a blended learning experience, the face-to-face time with the instructor is extremely helpful for many of the adult learners. These adult learners could be viewing a multitude of online, written, or video lessons, but clearly chose a blended learning experience in order to benefit from the face-to-face time with the instructor and their peers. The course meets in person once a week in the evening for 2 hours. Additional assignments are due online throughout each week and include peer reviews. The ARCS model, developed by John Keller, is concentrated around the student and participation. Motivation is the key to this method. Interest and engagement must be ongoing in order for the desired goals to be achieved. In the website design setting, students' continued enthusiasm and interactions are key to developing confidence, thus achieving satisfaction. Again, there is no letter grade in community education. Formative assessments are ongoing, with a summative critique provided by the rubric specifics evaluated by the student, peers, and the instructor. Understanding by design puts the focus on student learning and understanding rather than on the teaching itself. The backwards design approach starts with identifying desired results, which are often tied directly to curricular standards. The instructional designer should determine which essential understandings learners will demonstrate upon completion of the training. These then guide the selection of appropriate activities such as videos, website links, articles, and demonstrations. Next, there is a determination as to what outcomes or products are acceptable to demonstrate the required mastery. With these two essential components in place, the instructor then builds the actual learning experiences and instruction, as noted on the Authentic Education site and elsewhere. The overarching goal is broad, thus the desired results were further broken down into specific weekly goals tied to the ISTE standards for students. These include, quote, knowledge constructor. Students critically curate a variety of resources using digital tools to construct knowledge, produce creative artifacts, and make meaningful learning experiences for themselves and others. 2 weeks into the 4-week seminar on web design, the active engagement of 2 of the adult learners is drastically reduced. Both are energetic, outgoing, participatory, and seemingly motivated at the initial face-to-face meeting in week 1. Each provided insightful information in the week 1 discussion post, which was uploaded on time, as were their peer reflections. Both students attended the second face-to-face session and appeared enthusiastic to learn about additional aspects of web design. In week 2, however, one of the students submitted the discussion a day late, while the other did not comment on peer posts. Work on their sites was not progressing outside of class demos. It is essential to identify the struggling students and reach out to them as early as possible, especially given the short timeline of this specific instruction. Rather than wait until the following week's face-to-face session, the instructor should take advantage of technology, such as email, IMs, or video chat, to determine what is causing the lack of online participation. Chickering and Gamson developed 7 principles of good practice. Although all 7 of the principles provide guidance, the following 3 are most likely to yield results in the given setting. 1. Encourage contact between students and faculty. The instructor should build a sense of community within the course from day 1. This can be done through announcements, discussion board posts, timely feedback, and face-to-face instruction in a blended learning environment. Next, when struggling students are identified, more specific and immediate contact should be initiated by the instructor. This might be in the form of specific questions or suggestions as feedback on assignments, But if assignments are lacking, the instructor may need to do more, depending upon the setting. An email, IM, or opportunity to video chat can go a long way to determining stumbling blocks and solutions. Students should be reminded and encouraged to contact faculty directly with any concerns. Finally, students should be encouraged to contribute to the community by reaching out and replying to each other whenever possible. 2. Develop reciprocity and cooperation among students. Learning is a social process and should include intentional opportunities to collaborate. In the current scenario, students surveyed about their struggles cited the lack of time outside of the scheduled class, stating the work kept being pushed to the bottom of their to-do lists. A suggestion is to have students schedule a study group time outside of class in which they could work to develop and critique their sites together. If this time goes on the calendar for the remaining weeks, it is more likely to occur. Students can be put into small groups or partnerships which interact throughout each week. Thus, each student knows specifically who is counting on them for feedback. 3. Provide prompt feedback. The importance of prompt and clear feedback cannot be overstated. A student who is stuck, or worse, moving forward incorrectly, is less likely to experience confidence or a desire to continue to participate. Students should know exactly when and how feedback will be provided by the instructor, as well as their peers. The value of self-reflection should also be stressed. Students often feel lost or lonely or even stupid when prompt quality feedback is missing. It is imperative that the instructor determine what changes can be made immediately in order to provide better support and opportunities for success for all learners. Data should be gathered quantitatively and qualitatively in order to assess concerns. Students may be surveyed, possibly anonymously, each session through the use of entry or exit tickets, which might be surveys or free responses. Students might be asked to respond to questions such as, do you feel you're meeting the learning objective for this week? How do you know? Apps such as Quizzes and Kahoot are interactive ways to determine knowledge and comfort level with the material. Asking the questions and requesting ongoing feedback from the learners is a great way to establish rapport and collaboration. Analysis of the responses will provide the instructor insight for identifying stumbling blocks, most of which can be addressed immediately. Further qualitative data can be obtained by individual interviews. The blended learning setting of this course lends itself to this opportunity due to the limited number of students and longer meeting time. One data point shared was that some students didn't know which resource to select. Students may become overwhelmed by the wealth of learning resources provided. Although differentiated opportunities are important, less experienced learners could be provided fewer resources within the lesson, with additional options provided at the end of each instructional session for those who wish to go further. Another student shared a lack of business experience, which was a challenge in terms of knowing what information to include on the website. In the future, this information will be included in the pre-course survey concerning background knowledge. For the current session, students will be encouraged to collaborate and network in a more general business sense to better support each other and the local business community. Ethical considerations include the need to support all learners. The community education course is a unique setting, but the basic expectations remain the same. Resources, communication, assessments, and support must be made available in a manner that allows all students to be successful. This is best for the student and best for the program as a whole. It is really the only professional option. In a properly designed course which incorporates ARCs and understanding by design methods, students should build their confidence throughout the course by actively participating in authentic learning activities tied to the desired outcomes. If they are overwhelmed or confused, it is up to the instructor to make course corrections in a timely manner that will better address their needs. More actively involved students are likely to become more confident, which leads to overall satisfaction with their ability to meet and exceed the course goals. The focus must always be on serving the student, not just in the original design phase, but by constantly evaluating and updating throughout the course. In this manner, all students may be successful. I appreciate the work of those who have gone before and provide valuable research. Thank you for your interest and attention. Please feel free to provide feedback in the comments below.